Welcome to Real United Talk. Post match, I'm absolutely lost for words. I really am. I'll talk about individuals in a minute, but what a great game of football that was. Ultimately, the score has finished Manchester United 3, Southampton 2. A great showpiece for football, I think. Hiya, Marky, you're right. I've put a tweet out just before we got the first goal back saying don't underestimate the importance that Cavani's going to bring. Gets the assist and then gets the 2 goals as well. Camus says, well, that bit me in the back. Mark says, the shit panic boy got 2 goals and assist. Mate, I'll tell you what, this guy, Ollie did say in, I don't know if it was a press conference yesterday or if it was just a quote in the papers, the guy's not fully fit yet either. The guy's not fully fit yet. He come in, I think it was the last day of the deadline window. He's coming on a free. He's got the number 7 shirt. I wasn't very happy about it. But do you know what? That one game there, he has probably done more for that 7 shirt in the last a few years at least than anyone else who's worn that shirt. I think he's going to bring a sense of justice and belief to make that number 7 shirt again relevant in this Manchester United side. I really do. I think he's absolutely great. Kylie says, he always says Cavani was amazing. Mark says no one can. I'll put it in the group chat, mate. I'll put the link in the group chat. It's there if anyone wants to come on. Camus posted on his Insta 2-0 and then that happened. Do you know, I knew this would be a tough game. Southampton, fair play to them, they're not a top 6 side. They've not got world-class players in their team, but the one thing that guy, their manager, does for that team is make them all work together. They have a great game plan. I've been a big admirer of Ward-Prowse. I've rated him for years, probably the last 4 or 5 years. I think he's great at set pieces. His dead ball is fantastic. His passing is accurate. Pancard is here. Hang on. Just get Pancard. Oh, Pancard, you all right, mate?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What a comeback, man. Comeback. Forget time.
You know what? I've never shouted or jumped up from my chair like that since Marouane got the winner at Old Trafford against Arsenal.
Same, man. Same. I just jumped off, man. I don't know.
You know, the best thing about it for me, Pancard, is the fact that 33 years old, he's pushing 34. Yeah. Everyone across social media, the so-called Manchester United fans on YouTube and everything, they writ him off. They writ him off before he even kicked the ball.
Diedrich's writ him off.
And Diedrich's here, mate. I think that guy, I was just saying, I think that guy is going to bring a sense of vindication again to that number 7 shirt. Right, I think he's already done that. Just that classic United, scoring late goals. Back in the day, we all remember the glory days, scoring late goals. And chuck him on. You got to give Ollie credit here. De Gea was injured. He goes off. Henderson comes on. He brings Mason off and brings on him to go and get something from the game. Potentially to win the game. And I think that took some balls, mate. Oh, look, Big Boy's here as well, mate. Look, the whole fucking team's here today.
We must have won.
No, we must have won, yes. He's not screaming, is he?
What? I turned it off at half time. I was disgusted. 2-0 down.
Wait, how can you turn that off at half time?
I'm only kidding, mate. I'm only kidding. Do you know what? I had faith, dude. I had faith.
Mate, Pancars, you've been on for a while. Then let's start with you. What did you think of the first half? Because it didn't go United's way, did it? Really?
Yeah, the first half was a bit like it was a bit cagey, and we had opportunities, but we didn't take them. It's a bit sloppy. I felt Greenwood could have done better. He should have just, instead of trying to, the fashionable thing to do is to go around the keeper and score. I think Greenwood shouldn't have done that. He should have, try and finish it like he used to do before. So I think he should have tried another way to finish it. And Bruno had a chance as well. I think he should have scored that as well. But the first half was a bit sloppy, and we conceded from the set pieces. I think De Gea should have done better. I think he made him. He was caught off his near post, man. De Gea for a free kick, and yeah. So I think second half was better.
Diedrich, mate, you're looking pretty impatient. All right,
No, not at all.
No? All right, you're sitting there thinking, yeah, I'm going to go in here. Go on then. First half, Diedrich, what do you think?
Shite.
Shite, yeah, okay.
Absolutely shite. Like I think Pankaj alluded to it there. I think we should have been 1-0 up within 10 minutes. Obviously, then Bruno goes on to hit the post, but then you knew it would come in. You thought this is such a United game to be in complete control of it, and then a goal just come out of nowhere, which did ultimately happen. And then they obviously got the second from the free kick. I don't think there's a lot that he can do. I think Ward-Prowse is deadly from free kicks. The fact that that's not the first free kick he's scored, I think over his career, I think he must have scored about 3 against us. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong. It's definitely more than. It's definitely 2 or 3. But I'm just ecstatic to get the win. I honestly didn't think we were going to get out of that. I thought this was going to be another 2-3-0.
Yeah,
big boy, Mike. First half.
Battle of the beards here, isn't it, with me and Dedrick?
Do you know what? I already had a shave yesterday as well. I shaved one off.
First half. Do you know what? Like, I actually had a contrasting opinion. I thought we had a few poor performers, but overall, given the chances we created, I didn't think we were that bad. It was just the finishing, and their first goal, in my opinion, was just a quality set piece. Like, why Rashford's marking front post, I don't know, but a quality set piece anyway. Free kick. Fred's fault, in my opinion. I think Keane got that right at half time, to be honest. But it was just one of them. I think, like, the United games of past, I probably would have completely lost hope at half time. But there was this inkling that, hang on, we've created chances already. The effort that Southampton put into that first half was ridiculous. I mean, they run themselves ragged. They were always going to blow. And I'm so happy that he put Cavani on. I was a bit annoyed he took Greenwood off. I thought he looked lively. But it's one of them as well. Like, I don't want to speak about the second half too much because I know you'll get to that. But Rashford was awful today. He was awful. But then when you get an assist for the winner, it kind of like plasters over that. I mean, that's all you got.
Kind of balances it out, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's typical of Rashford, to be honest. But then that's typical of a good striker, I suppose. Even if you're really playing horrible, you still have an effect on the game, a huge effect as well. So there was a lot that went right and a lot that went wrong. But overall, 3 points, boys.
It's a tough place to go, Southampton.
Mate.
They are a well-organised, well-drilled team. The manager, I was reading in the paper this week, he's being linked with a United job, and it's amazing how all these managers here of underrated teams or not top 6 teams are being linked with probably the biggest job in English football. So yeah, it's interesting from that point of view. Second half then, Diedrich, the first goal comes. I mean, Cavani right hand side does what Cavani does. He drags out 2 players, drags out the left back, drags out one of the centre backs, puts the ball in. Bruno puts it away. You think to yourself, right, we've got the momentum here. Let's crack on. And then, the second goal, fantastic. Mate, for a 33-year-old guy, and let's not forget, he also missed a chance as well with a header, looping header, to get that much power in that, neck power into that as well. Second half overall, Diedrich, what did you think?
Yeah, I'm obviously pleased that we got the win. First of all, I want to address that comment right there, saying why was Van der Beek so bad? I think Van der Beek was one of our better. I think Van der Beek was one of our better players. Yeah. He kept the ball neat and tidy. You don't need to literally see a midfield. If anything, I'd say, even though Fernandes has got a goal and assist, I'd say Van der Beek was probably better than Fernandes. But I mean, Fernandes If we hadn't won this game,
He was wank.
I'd be coming on here pulling my fucking hair out because in the 91st minute he tries a 40-yard chip.
Yeah.
That was fucking ridiculous. But obviously we got the win, so we can't complain too much. But yeah, I mean, like I said to Pankaj, I said to when we first signed Cavani, I said if he comes in, does the business, I'll hold my hands up. And so far, I'm probably going to be wrong on this one. So far, Pankaj has proven me wrong, and I hate that.
Tiger says Cavani carried the team on his back. Camus says, someone's accusing Carl of being a troll. Just because you're Man United don't mean you have to win everything, says Camus. United Alex says we gifted them goals. I think the free kick, do you know what? The corner, a bit of a cheap corner to give away, I thought. But the free kick, mate, I think the free kick, Pankaj, was just fucking, it was a world beater. I don't think any goalkeeper saves that, to be honest, mate. That's right in the fucking corner.
But I think if you look at De Gea's standard, like should have done. He did the same thing against Istanbul, where he was a bit behind the line on purpose to kind of get ahead of to try and save the ball before it goes inside. I think he was looking to do that again, and he did the same thing against Istanbul, and it went in. You couldn't see like the Istanbul one was a bit like the free kick was a worldie or something. I mean, what do you think? Like, because with De Gea, he's supposed to save that. I mean, the way he was not positioned. If you look at his position, he was not positioned correctly for the free kick. Have a look at the first half again. You see, he's not positioned. What?
Yeah, he was a bit too far to the left again for me.
Yeah.
You do your own work, mate. God.
No, you fucking mind up a minute. You just said it was fucking unstoppable. Now you're criticising him.
But if you look at the free,
I'm talking about the position.
Going to take it. Ward-Prowse is going to take it, right? It's going right hand side again. He's covering more of his left side again, right, than the right.
Yeah.
So if he stands a metre to his right, I mean, he did get his hand to it. Let's be fair. Big boy, mate. Second half. What did you make of it? Ollie made the changes then at half time. What did you think?
It's all about that man Cavani, really. Pankaj just got similar hair to Cavani, actually. Look alike, isn't they? He was. Do you know what? For Cavani, he was incredible midweek. To be honest, the guy's movement. All the strikers that United have need to watch this guy because he makes his own luck. He's in all the right positions because he makes the run about 3, 4, 5 times. I agree with Dedrick. I thought Van der Beek was really good today. I thought that him and Fernandes, if anything, they didn't quite have their chemistry right. But once that developed, you see a lot of their 1-2s weren't working. But the thoughts there, they're clever players. And once they get connected and play together more, I think there could be something there for us. But the second half was just... it was really good. I mean, we won the second half 3-0, let's be honest. And I just liked it. And I'm looking, do you know what? And selfishly, I really hope that De Gea is injured for a little while because I want to see that guy in the sticks. I'm not going to criticise De Gea. I don't really see the point, but I like to look at Dino. And there's little things that I notice with him as well. When the ball goes back to him, with De Gea, it's always a pass. It's always a long ball out. And it's always an uncalculated long ball as well, which we lose possession with. But 9 times out of 10, when Dino got the ball, we retain possession. If it's a pass out, even his long balls were hitting United players. And I think that could contribute to our attack a lot more. But yeah, mate, the 3 points is huge. And that second half got us that.
That's massive with Chelsea playing Spurs in half an hour's time.
Yeah, man.
Overall, right, I want to ask you each this question. Diedrich, we'll start with you. Pogba's out injured. Right, so Ollie says, "Do you see a place for him when he comes back?"
No.
Actually,
probably either on a plane to Madrid or on a plane to Turin.
I don't see him being. Well, I don't see the need for him, to be honest. I think you've got a ready-made replacement there in Van der Beek, who does more. His work rate, his enthusiasm is better. He has a better influence on the pitch. Probably a better influence in the dressing room. You don't see him. You don't see him getting back in that team.
No, I almost if Pogba does come back, I hope it's the right Pogba, but it's one of those things with Pogba. You're not allowed to criticise him because as soon as you do, you're either a racist or fucking you're
racist.
a hater. Yeah. Oh fuck it. It is what it is. But it's just with Pogba. It's all, even if he does leave this January or this summer or in like a couple of seasons time, it'll always be a case of what if we'd have had the better players around him? What if we'd have had this sort of formation around him? It's always excuses for him. It's like we don't play him in his favourite position. We have to play him on the left of a midfield. We have to do this. We have to do that. Certain people play coming into his space. I don't ever remember having to make these excuses for fucking Scholes or Keane or any other world-class player. No one ever said that about Beckham. No one went, oh, Beckham, he can only play on the right-hand side. He's not allowed to play fucking 10 centimetres further than what it's just... And for that reason, I think almost Ollie, I don't think he intentionally meant for Van der Beek to play as well as he is at the minute. I don't think Ollie wanted him. But I think almost in a way, he's kind of stumbled across an excuse as to why not to play Pogba anymore. He doesn't have to rely on him.
Pancard, what do you think? Pogba's situation?
I think it's not that he can't play. I think he can play with Van der Beek, but I think it depends how we. I think it depends upon the formation. I think, but yeah, I wouldn't start him against PSG right now. I think, yeah, give him some time off, and then when he comes with a bit of energy in him, and you see the best of Pogba, I think you should bring him in that correct time. And then next summer, I think we should sell him off, like, performing well, so we can sell him for a good value. So it will benefit us and him as well. So yeah.
Okay. Ross, mate. You normally have a lot to say about Pogba.
Yeah, I mean, look, the only way Pogba's going to get back in his team is if he plays his way back into it. Let's be honest. Like all of us, I hope he does that because a fully fit, a fully informed Pogba is an asset to this team. No matter what you say about him, it's whether we can get that out of him. I think this season, I'm not seeing basically the way Paul Pogba's always played better than the team around him, to be honest, and always criticise the players around him. But now he's got players around him. He's not performing this season, and I don't want to criticise him too much because he's had Corona. I don't know what the lasting effects of that can be. I don't know what it does to you mentally, physically, blah, blah, blah. But there's no way he walks into this starting 11. No way. He has to play his way back into it. He'll have to play, the cup games, get form, play well, and then he'll get back into this team. But I like what Ollie's done with Donny, where he's slowly eased him into it, and now he's got his place, and he's going to keep his place, to be honest. Pogba could do the same thing. So when Pogba comes back, he will be on the bench. That's absolutely fine. There's no need to melt down about Pogba being on the bench. It's a long season, man. We've got probably another 50, 60 games still to play, hopefully. Yeah. We're going to use all our midfielders. The only change I'd make out of that midfield is I'd probably drop Matic. There you go.
Yeah. I was really surprised today he didn't go with a 4-3-3.
Yeah, me too.
I looking back on the game, Fred, as great as he is, and he's not a pretty player to watch, but he gets the job done. I just didn't see the need. They had Ward-Prowse and Romeu in that midfield, two central defensive midfielders or whatever you want to class them as, against our diamond. I just felt like it was a bit overkill for us. Just one player in that midfield, too many. Well, let's go with, how do you see this playing out now for Cavani, Diedrich? I mean, an assist, he's got to start, hasn't he?
Yeah, most definitely. I just hope it's not just a hot run of form that is in. I hope if he can keep at this level. I mean, this doesn't take away the fact that we literally desperately need a striker. Although Cavani's doing the business at the minute, he's not. We're not going to be fucking playing him in 4 years' time when he's 36, 37.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. At the minute, the only forwards when they seem to be signing strikers are all over the age of 30. When you think about it, last few seasons, we've had Falcao, we've had Ibra, we've had Igalo. So I think we do need to obviously go out and maybe in the summer and actually buy a striker. But definitely, I mean, he's playing better than Martial. He looks hungrier than Martial, and that should be embarrassing for Martial. Thinking, oh, no, I'm 23, 24, whatever he is, and I'm being outworked by a 33-year-old. He's coming into. I mean, fair enough, he's ill, but it's not really. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit worried for Martial now. I hope this is the boot up the arse he needs. But that's another thing with Martial. That's what pisses me off about our team. 1 minute we can look absolutely unstoppable. Then other times it's like Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, all these players that have got bags full of talent look like they're all fucking clueless. Martial's one of the biggest culprits for that.
Yeah, fair enough. Cavani then, Pancos, does he start for you? Has he done enough now?
I mean, yeah, confirmed. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, the game against Istanbul, even though he didn't score, he had an impact in that game. His movements, everything, tracking back, and I mean, do you notice? I mean, even in this game and that game, he just comes out to where the defender center backs are till there, comes and receives the ball till there, like a 33, 34-year-old doing that, and Rashford not able to do that with more speed. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, that guy is like 34-year-old man. Like that guy can play till 45 years. I wouldn't be surprised. Like he's unbelievable, man. He's unbelievable.
He's not fucking Teddy Sheringham.
He's not getting older. He's getting younger. The way he's
playing for Carlisle, he's 49 or something.
He's Benjamin something. I don't know. This guy is
Benjamin Button.
Yeah, that guy is. I mean, unbelievable. He's my man of the match today. 10 out of 10. No question.
Big boy, you see Cavani now starting next one?
I don't start him in the next game because it's Champions League, and I honestly think we're already through. So I would rest him midweek, and he definitely is first name on the team sheet for me now. El Matador.
Fucking Ross trying to get in on a technicality.
Yeah, isn't it? But no, honestly, I know his age, but we forget he's probably been one of the best strikers over Europe over the last 15 years. He's absolute quality. And the thing that we need to all realise as Man United fans is that Greenwood, Martial and Rashford are never going to be Edison Cavani. They're a completely different style of player. Cavani's just absolutely ruthless. His work rate is incredible. And he makes his own luck. You're never going to see that out of Martial, to be honest. And that's why we need to do look to another centre forward, but only, you're looking at Haaland's maybe, but we've got a couple of years for that. He definitely plugs a gap for the minute, Cavani. But when he does eventually leave, when he's 2 years time or whatever, he's going to need to be replaced. Martial's never going to step into that. Greenwood's never going to step into that. Quality players, but not the same player as Cavani. And we need a Cavani and to start. How many times, just going off a tangent, how many times have we played fucking teams like Southampton and just put aimless crosses into the box to no one, not scored, and then come away with a loss? For the first time ever in a long time, we've got a striker on the fucking pitch. Put the ball in, he's going to fucking score. We've got creative players, a lot of them. All we need is that guy to put the ball in the net. All hail Cavani.
I think that's what it's all about, mate. I think our three strikers, the Greenwoods, Rashford, Martial, they rely on their pace. They rely on cutting in as well, whereas Cavani is the out-and-out number 9, the old school number 9, that can hold the ball up. He can, I mean, I was speaking to Diedrich, the header that he had, the loop, the power that he put in that header that went wide, the turn on the spin, half volley that got deflected over, the work rate that, when Southampton had a corner, he headed it out twice. Defending.
So many of our attacks come from him running back and winning the ball back as well, and I'm like, what's this guy doing? Like,
this is number 9. This is our number 9, running back and helping out, not just defence, but the whole fucking team. He's in midfield, he's in defence, he's, like I say, he headed it from the corner. I
also like we've got little sorry, Marcus. We've got little good passages to play with him as well. It's not just a case of get it into feet, straight out to the wing, get into the box. It's also when you've noticed whenever he tends to pick up the ball a lot, it's always between their two centre backs as well. And his first initial thought isn't, get it out to wings and fucking thing. He'll almost try and play someone else in. And I think, obviously, with the likes of more intelligent players like Bruno, fucking Van der Beek, I think that can only be a good thing. And I think the more he plays with them, the more it's going to be. Because I don't think, as much as I do love Martial, I've criticised him, he doesn't have that fucking back into a defender kind of strength that's going to let him play into other people. Whereas Cavani does. And I hope maybe that's one thing Martial can pick up from him.
Yeah, that's another trait Cavani's got that none of our front three have got. He can hold the ball up. He's strong. The connection that he has with Bruno is fantastic. I think, the amount of times Cavani laid them passes off for Bruno this afternoon, it reminded me of the connection that Bruno has when Mata's on. They play so well together, and I do you know what? I hate to say it, but I think that midfield, you see more passes in that midfield without Pogba than you do with Pogba in it, because Pogba, for me, is always looking for that Hollywood pass.
Well, they're not just passes for the sake of it either, are they? It's not just like, back to the centre back, back to the right wing, then thing. It's always a pass with an intent.
Yeah. I think it's great. Right, great result. I want to finish on this, though, Ross. I'm going to ask you about this. The cyber attacks that happened at Manchester United during the week.
Is Ross behind him?
That fucking PC he's got there. Look, it's a beast. Look at it. Apparently, the transfer target list was in amongst the cyber attacks. Ousmane Dembele is at the top of that list for January. What do you think?
No. It's a big no from me. Again, it's just like you basically just buy Martial 2.0. We don't need that. I think I like to think that us watching Cavani now and seeing how this squad's developing, we'll realise what we need. And I don't think it's that. I've just got one thing to say before you move to someone else. A big moment of silence today for Gallo's Man United career. It's completely, it's completely over, bless him. And just on the comments about Fred, I see a lot of people going backwards and forwards. Fred was all right today, but in the last 15 minutes, I thought Fred was incredible. Most of our attacks, again, he was winning balls, playing forward passes. I know it's only 15 minutes. I was happy with it, to be honest. But yeah, Dembele, it's a big no from me, to be honest.
Yeah. Pankaj, Dembele?
If I want to make something controversial, I would take him on a loan, or maybe on a loan.
Well, apparently that's what was released. It was a loan for the last 6 months.
This is Barcelona's Dembele, isn't it?
Yeah. With an option to buy in the summer, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I would take him on a loan. He was a really good player when he was at Dortmund, and if we can do something, and if he can stay fit, having less injuries or can play more games, I think it would be beneficial, because our squad needs depth and all, and we are not going to get Sancho, are we? Like 120 million euros, something like. Dembele would be a good option. I mean, like, I'm not like saying like it's the same situation with Cavani, but people were saying Cavani is like washed up, old man, something like that. He's dead to your food. He's too old. But look at what he's doing now. Like, so, if Dembele comes in and proves he can be fit, he can play well. You never know. He can surprise some of us as well, like Cavani did. So I would take him. Like, he's still a good player. Like, so I don't know about what you guys think.
Ardy says who else was on the list, and Carly says who are the other names on the league list, Marcus. Do you know what? I only read what was on Sky Sports, and all that was basically mentioned was Dembele. There was also something about a midfielder. I can't pronounce his name. I think it's from one of the Milan clubs.
Is it Milan? Is it the Kagalo, the Turkish?
Something like that.
That's it.
Dembele,
Perfect.
Dembele was top of the list because obviously they were looking at him during the summer. But yeah, and there was this midfielder. Diedrich Dembele for you?
Yeah, but only if, as soon as we sign him, we immediately ring up Wolves and try and swap him for fucking Traore.
Yeah. I think. I gotta say, I agree with Pankaj a bit. I think if he comes in on loan for 6 months, we've got a lot of games, hopefully, in the new year. It's another body in there. If it works out, snap him up. If he's injured, send him back.
I don't see the point though, because if we've obviously got that other Traore coming in January, and I thought we signed Palestri for now.
Well,
what about
Palestri's
you?
apparently ready, isn't he? You know, else he wouldn't have been on the bench the other night. But Lee Grant was on the bench as well. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I think onwards and upwards now, boys. Yeah,
That's
Ross?
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Champions League during the week, and then Mark said it's West
We'll
Ham.
win that. We'll
West
win
Ham away next weekend.
We'll win the Champions League.
easy.
Oh God.
Right,
Well.
I'm going to shoot off because I need dinner, mate, and I'm actually going to watch
Okay.
that London derby. All right, so
Yeah,
cheers for joining,
cool.
boys. All right,
Yeah.
thanks
Yeah, bye.
everyone in the comments for joining as normal. Ross,
Yeah.
don't leave it too long next time, mate.
Thank you for coming, man.
Talk to Rodney.
All right, so right, speak to you all later. Thanks, guys. See you soon.